All right. Okay. Well, I went ahead and started. Loki is having to make a phone call because something screwed up with her order. So she has to yell at the people who overcharged her for her order of food. And Mad is AOL, AWOL. I believe he's lost in Magic the Gathering land like he was last weekend. So he probably just forgot about it. So anyhow, I thought I would just go ahead and get it started. Let's see. Dorian's in the chat room. Hey, Dorian, how's it going? Looks like that's about it. And so I'll just keep people amused while till Loki gets here. Hey, Travis, how's it going? Let's see. So hopefully Mad will be with us shortly, and Loki will be with us too. One of those days. And let me see. Hey, Kawaii's Witch, how's it going? Okay. Haven't heard anything back from him. Hey, Moat. Hey, Michelle. Faux shizzle. Faux shizzle, Moat. Faux shizzle. I like that. FO apostrophe shizzle. So yeah, we got a couple of videos. I think who was it who sent us this one? Robert Redmond sent us a video, which is a long one. We're going to kind of break it up into probably 3 or 4 pieces because it's like a 60-minute video. So that should be interesting. But we have just a couple of little videos to finish up today, and then we'll get started. And Loki is away. She's having a problem with her. She made an order online. They overcharged her, and Mad is AOL. We're thinking he's probably got caught up in Magic the Gathering because that's the game that he likes to play on Sundays. So he probably lost track of time. So we sent him a message. Hopefully he'll be joining us soon. So I'm just kind of keeping us amused while Loki's away. And so I don't know if Matt will be joining us. He might be. He might join us later on. He might realize, oh shit, we have Heathen Haven on tonight. So hopefully he'll. No, we don't have any guests today, Dorian. I had one guest who I'm still trying to get a hold of. I wanted him to join us. Let me see. Yep, haven't heard back from him. So yeah, no, we don't have any guests. I picked the guests that we did last time, and I didn't want to like hog it all. I wanted to give Loki and Matt a chance to also get some people in here. But yeah. So let me see what videos we have on the line here. We have Wicca is Satanic Part 1, Wicca is Satanic Part 2, Illuminati Satanism Wicca Connection. That should be interesting. And then we have the long series. It's only 53 minutes. The part 1, a message to all New Agers, Wiccans, occultists, witches, magicians, Freemasons. I love how they just throw everybody in there, you know? Throw New Agers. Sure, throw New Agers in there. Occultists? Yeah, sure, throw them in there. Freemasons? What the hell? Boy Scouts? Sure, throw them in there too. They just throw everybody into it, even though that every single one of these organizations believe something completely different. It's like saying those people who follow Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they're all the same. It's like, no, not really. They're not exactly all the same. They may share certain common beliefs, but they're not all the same. Hey, Loki, how's it going?
It's going. Figured out what was going on.
Yeah, so I went ahead and started. So I told them sort of what was happening with you, but did you get it sorted out?
Yeah, it's just one of the things that they have to do because they go through PayPal, and it's to keep from fraudulent charges being done. They have to charge at least up to $50 on the card. to hold, and then they release the rest of the funds the next business day.
Ah,
And it's
okay.
only on
So
delivery charges.
okay, so they send like a $50 charge, and then if it goes through, then they go ahead and do the order, and then actually then refund the $50 and charge you.
The actual, yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, that sort of makes sense. I can understand
It
why
does.
that.
Yeah, it does. It's because they've had scammers before.
Mhm.
There we go. Stupid thing went on mute. But they do that, and then afterwards, I get my refund the next business day. So I'll get it actually Tuesday because Sunday doesn't count as a day of business.
Right. Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays usually don't count.
Yeah. So who all do we have with us tonight?
We've got Dorian, Travis, Kawaii Witch, Moat, Mish, CC, and Zabora. Hello, everybody. So I was telling everybody while you were away that Mad probably forgot about us. He's probably caught up in Magic the Gathering, so he may or may not be joining us.
Yeah, because I haven't heard back from him or Witch's Girl.
Okay, so you haven't heard anything. Yeah, because usually Witch's Girl is here in the chat. So
yeah.
maybe those two are off gallivanting. You know what they might be doing?
Mother's Day, her mom.
They might be celebrating Mother's Day, yes.
We might just be the insensitive assholes that aren't, because my mom's in California and I don't know about your parents.
Well, yeah, both of my parents are deceased, so it doesn't, yeah. I don't celebrate Mother's Day with them.
Well, you could if you go hug your gravestone. Wow,
I guess I could, yeah, but not really, no, because I don't know where my father's grave is, and my mother was what do you call it?
Cremated or
cremated. Thank you. Yes, cremated.
I'll go hug that urn.
Go hug. I don't even. I think my sister has. No, you know what? We put my mother's ashes in the ocean. So. Yes.
Go swimming.
Yeah, but I think my sister I think has some of her ashes. I think. Yeah. I think she has it in a small urn.
I know my grandmother's. My grandmother was actually buried, which surprised me. I thought she was going to get cremated. Mm-hmm. But my ex has both her mother's and father's ashes, and she has 2 little vials that she wears of them.
Yeah,
her dad.
A lot of people do that.
Her dad was a white Welshman, and his ashes are a very dark black. Her mom was a Latino woman. Her ashes are white. It was the temperature they would burn at, but she's like, that's just weird and wrong, because it's the wrong skin tone for both of them.
That wouldn't matter. I mean,
yeah, I know it wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter what skin tone you are. When you are incinerated by fire, you turn to ash. It's not like you turn like different colors.
Yeah, well, at least you can tell them apart. I'm a horrible human being. I know it, and I live it. I'm sorry, everyone.
Different colored ashes for different colored skin tones. Yeah, I don't think it works that way.
I'm not really racist, actually. I hate everybody.
Well, let's see. This ash is white, so it must have been.
They had to be a white guy. Totally
this was kind of like an off yellow. I don't know.
Might have been Asian. Oh my god.
You know one terrible thing that does happen though in a lot of like crematoriums is that they don't exactly clean all those out very well. So you'll get like maybe like 4 or 5 people's different ashes in there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how other people view it, but I mean, I'm pretty much like when you die, I mean, I don't have any reason to either hold on to the body or the ashes. I mean, I think it's gone.
Yeah. You know? I mean, for me with my animals, I will be getting like their ashes, and I will be getting them put into the ashes to glass, just so I have a quote piece of them with me. When my mom and dad died, they were both being buried in a military cemetery because my dad was former military. So
okay. Nice. Which cemetery?
That. it will be one in the one in, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I know it's in Moreno Valley, California.
Okay.
So
nice.
It's that military cemetery. It's close to March Air Force Base.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be buried there. He'll be buried close to where his dad was.
Nice. And so, Robert was mentioning something I was going to mention. He was talking about the new process where they blend you into potting soil. Have you seen that?
Yes.
I think that's kind of cool.
I want to be
so basically what it is they put you in this like biodegradable urn. And then there's like a seed or a little sapling tree in it, and then you go and bury that or dig a hole and put a tree there, and then your ashes grow into the tree. I think that's cool. I think I might do that. I better hurry up too and write my will because.
Well, Soren already knows what I want to do with mine, so.
Prop you up in the couch and feed you Cheetos?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it saves the stuff. Though I think you're gonna need to get air freshener or lavender or something.
Yeah, you just open a window. It'll be all right.
Should be.
Yeah. There was a long time ago, some friends of mine, they went to the University of California in Berkeley, because when I lived over in Berkeley, and they stole a skeleton, like an actual human skeleton from the science, I don't know if it was from the science or biology department or which department exactly they stole it from, but they stole it and they put it in their house, and like they put a cap on him and put like a little beer in his hand, and they just propped him up in a corner.
That sounds like shit my friends would do today. But I think the worst call anyone that I know that I've worked with have ever gotten.
Mm-hmm.
You see, working out of college, you get to deal with a lot of stuff, from catching mice in sinks and letting them go back outside because they're so cute and squishy.
And then they just run back inside.
No, this one bolted across the street. And we actually took him up to facilities. And I'm like, be free!
5 minutes later, they get eaten by a hawk. Okay.
Probably. We have had to deal with that. Yeah. From that to having bats flying to our facility services to our former lead and one of our good friends, I always call him Beaugrave, was called down and said, hey, we need a little bit of help down here at the cadaver lab. Why? One of the cadavers kind of fell off the table and we can't get him back on. He does not know how. It was like cattywamped sideways.
Yeah.
And he had to help put it back on the table. He's like, those things are heavy. What the hell, people? You just get fat and die?
Well, yeah, I mean, your body weighs a lot when you're not. I mean, had they already taken all the fluids out? Probably not, huh?
I think they might have because, it was still partially in the bag, so it wasn't like flesh falling everywhere, because most of the flesh had already been stripped off the body, so it was muscle tissues that they were going over review. And all I can think is, ew, I had to clean that room. I don't want to know what is in those bags.
Yeah. And then if you ever work in a morgue and they like bring a fresh body in and it gets like rigor mortis and like the body will like move up. Like if you don't know and you're in there by yourself and it's midnight, you see this body like kind of stiffen up a little bit.
And you're like, oh dear, I've watched too much zombie movies to know what the hell is about to go on right now.
Yeah.
We are very morbid people. It's Mother's Day and we're talking about dead bodies.
Yeah, I know, really. Yeah. I sorry about that because we got onto this because I mentioned my mother had passed away. So anyhow.
Yeah.
So let's see, what did people in the chat do for Mother's Day? Anything exciting? They go out and have their parents buy them dinner?
I called my mom. She vented to me about how horrible some of the people are that they're dealing with, and hoping my dad can get his job back at JCPenney's. But besides that, my mom's like, oh, besides that, everything's peachy. I get to see my your sister and my grandbaby, so everything's peachy.
Nice.
Everything to see the granddaughter. I'm like, Like, you want to see something that can't even talk and spits up most of the time. Have fun with that.
So did you call your mother or?
Yes, I called my mom first thing this morning about 11 o'clock. I'm like, hey, Mom, are you awake? She's like, yeah, I've been awake dealing with the freaking dogs. Like, well, at least we call and say we love you.
Yeah,
We're not that bad of children. But I was the first one to call because my older sister was passed out on her front couch because they decided to have a drinking contest last night. My mom won.
Right before Mother's Day? That's
my
not
mom
right.
My mom knows how to drink slowly. My older sister does not.
Well, if you're drinking with your mom, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you're drinking without your mom, you wake up on Mother's Day hungover. That's not very nice.
No, I drink the day after. I mean, we still have at least 4 of the 6 My Card lemonades. Black raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Robert cooked, did a cookout.
Nice.
Cece did sticky notes.
Nice.
Another and cookout. Sorry.
Yeah, chicken barbecue. Now that sounds good. We got chicken barbecue from the fire department.
Nice. Wait.
That sounds like they're kind of like perpetuating keeping their work going, doing barbecues.
You didn't set your house on fire first before this, right?
Second, set the chicken coop on fire. That's how you get barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Well, I know people who have chickens, and one of their chickens is an indoor chicken that wears a diaper, and her name is Betty White.
They have a diaper on a chicken?
The chicken was attacked by a dog, so it can't be outside with the others until it's fully healed. And it's on medication and has an antibiotic rub. So in order to be in the house and running around, they have a chicken diaper on it.
See, that's too much trouble. I just kill the chicken and eat it.
They see their chickens as extra children.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't go to that much trouble for a chicken. Chickens really aren't all that. I mean, they're not exciting. They're not like cool pets, you know? They just eat worms and shit. That's about all they do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're not very exciting.
Well, her chickens are oddly very affectionate. They will sit there and cuddle with her, get mad if they don't get attention. It's just, I'm like, you guys are really weird chicken people. There are cat people, there are dog people, and then there are chicken people. I just don't know.
I don't know. No. I remember when I was younger, we had a goose, and the goose did not like me when I was a little kid. And I didn't like the goose. And we knew it. Every time we saw each other, we just like, we'd have a stare down contest. See which one of us took a swing or a peck.
That goose could fuck you up if it wanted to.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it would take bites, you know, because they'll bite you.
Geese are assholes. Ducks are assholes.
Yep.
Turkeys are just kind of stupid.
Yes. And who said it? Cece mentions, don't forget bird and fish people. Yes. So bird, fish people, cat people, dog food, chicken, dog food, dog people, food. Chicken, dog food people, chicken people, geese people, turtle people, hamster people, rat people,
bunny people,
pig people, bunny people. You're a bunny person.
Yeah. Except for one's an asshole and the other one's a drama queen.
Ah, yes. And horse people.
There's animal people.
Now, horses are cool. I like horses.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably asshole horses, but for the most part, the horses that I've met, we pretty much got along.
Hi, Cat.
Speaking of which. Say
hi to the pussy.
Yeah, so Michelle says butchering chickens is definitely a process, lots of work for good food. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can imagine. I've never butchered a chicken, but I can imagine. I know when I was in Vietnam, they'll kill a chicken like right before you eat it. Well, at least in somebody's home when I was there. This wasn't a restaurant, but yeah, they're kind of a pain. What was the other thing they made?
I'm trying to think of Vietnam food.
Yeah, but it was duck. They made this. Oh man, they made this duck. It was so good. It was a curry and potato, and they had killed that duck that morning. I wasn't there for that, but yeah.
Duck curry. That sounds really good.
It was so good. And you take you break French bread, you know, like they have this type of bread they call French bread, and you dip it in the sauce, and oh man, it was so good. So, all right. So I don't think Matt is going to be joining us. I haven't heard anything back from him. You haven't heard anything back from him. So
no, I haven't heard anything back from him or Witchy.
Yep.
Or with the mom unit.
Yeah, one of the two. So we'll let him slide this time.
Yeah.
But next time there's going to be hell to pay.
I know, not next weekend, but the weekend after. I may or may not be able to, because we have a guest coming over, and I don't know if I'm going Saturday or Sunday to the FurCon. So
okay,
I'm not going the entire weekend, but I'm only going one day or two because there's not very much things I want to do.
Okay, so that's going to be the 28th?
Yes. I may or may not. It all depends on what actually is going on. So
okay,
best bet is I'll probably be here and probably just have Soren and Jessica go hang out and get everybody else in trouble.
Well, no, I mean if you want to spend time with your friends, don't worry about it.
No, she's going to be here all week.
Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, if you miss on the 28th, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Rest in peace, Mad's computer.
Oh, that's right. Maybe his computer is having a hard time too. Forgot about that.
It could be.
Yeah, but we also texted him and he didn't get back to us, so we're thinking he's probably preoccupied with something. Because I think he would answer his text.
Yeah, because I sent him a text going, "Do you live, Mad? Are you alive? Where art thou?
Where art thou?" So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start with this one. I think, did we do this one before? Wicca is Satanic Part 1? Let me go ahead and share it.
Yeah, let me see what the
yeah, so let me hold on 1 second.
Somebody's phone's going off and it's not mine.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm sorry. I finally got it working. All I had to do was restart it. My phone was for some reason.
Oh, my food's here. Hold on.
Okay. We've got everything going on. My phone wasn't working. She's ordering food. Mad's AWOL. So. And I don't think that we did this video before. We will see. I know we watched a couple of them last week. And this one is by Nefal 1981. So I think we might have seen this one next week. If you guys recognize it, let me know. And we'll move on to the next one. But I don't think we did this one. And I'm a bad judge because I often will go surfing around for videos to do a response to. And I know I came across this one. Let's see. Hey, Robert, how's it going? We got your video in queue. We're going to be doing that one as soon as we get these out of the way. And then we have another one. I think Zabora sent us that other video. So we've got a couple of them in the queue. And then Dorian sent us one too. So we've got Robert's in queue, Zabora's, and Dorian's. So we have got plenty of videos. We are not going to be running out of videos anytime soon. So, okay, well, she is still figuring out with her food. I'm going to stop presenting. Just wait for her to get back. And let's see. My neighbors already think I'm a warlock because I answered the door to a person who was bothering me while wearing a cloak with my Ren Fair outfit. Moat said his neighbors think that he's already a warlock because he answered the he answered the door to a person who was bothering him while wearing a hooded cloak with Ren Fair outfit in my apartment complex is a rumor mill. Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah, I've heard stories about that. Like, like people who will answer the door completely stark naked for like, who is it? The hell are they called? The not the Mormons, but the Latter-day Saints, the Jehovah's Witnesses. They go around and knock on people's doors. So he just answered the door completely butt naked. And they were like, we'll come back at another time. He's like, oh, okay. You sure you don't want to come in now? I'm ready. So I was just telling him, Moat was sharing a story about him answering the door in a robe with a neighbor. So I was sharing a story about a time this person answered the door when they were completely naked to the Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, there's Matt.
Oh, there he is.
What do you think? Should we let him in?
Oh, he's not feeling good.
Oh, he's not feeling well? Oh, okay, well, good. I mean,
he just woke up
that's too bad. No, that's cool, Matt. Don't worry about it. If you're sick, we don't want you in here. I mean, if you're sick, take care of yourself.
Yeah, get some rest, honey. He just got up too, so.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We figured something was going on. We figured you were probably having dinner with your mom. So don't worry about it, Matt. We'll let you off the hook this time.
Yeah, you're not grounded today, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to join us, you're perfectly welcome to. But if you don't feel up to it, don't stress. Don't worry about it. So
I have Thai iced tea, so the world is great. So
nice.
I take it was a video we've seen before then.
That's what I was wondering. So what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and go back to screen sharing.
Okay.
And you tell me. Okay, first of all, do you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Thus says the Lord, the King of.
Do you hear it?
Oh God, yes, we've done this one.
We have. Okay.
The guy who read out Schnobel's book as well.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
He was talking about all the things that, because it was a 3-point series.
Okay. So what about this one?
That's the second video.
Did we already see this one?
Yes. We've seen,
okay.
I think, all 3 of his.
Okay, so this is the part 3. So we saw this one too? Okay.
Yep.
All right. What about this one?
I don't recognize the start of it, but keep playing it for a second. It might be that weird robot one.
No, it's not the weird robot one. I already deleted that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyhow, but yeah, stop me if you've heard this one before.
Okay. I don't think I have.
Okay.
I have studied the occult for more than 50 years.
I know I did a video response to this guy, and I kept calling him Orville Redenbacher.
He looks like Orville Redenbacher.
Doesn't he? He looks like Orville Redenbacher that was stuck in one of those shrink machines.
Yeah.
You know, or where the dehydrators.
Yeah, I think I've seen one of your videos on him because it's like he's so familiar, and it's such a bad screening behind him.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done this one yet.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a green screen, have some motion going on in the background because otherwise it just looks weird.
Making it solid black just makes you look like you're part of the occult.
Which is a bad thing?
Yes. But out of curiosity...
We were on that hour-long one, Matt said. That one with the it was after the chalkboard lady.
Ah, okay, the chalkboard lady. Okay.
Hello.
Let me see if I can find it. Nope, this isn't it.
Greetings.
This is the one we didn't want to see.
All right.
Oh, yes, this one. Now, I know we had trouble with it before, so should we start it over or begin where we ended?
Well, let's take a poll between the people on there because she was writing on the chalkboard and they couldn't see it.
Right.
So who all wants us to start from the beginning? Who all wants us to just go from where we stopped? Where she was giving us the lecture of how Wicca is pronounced and its linguistic forms.
Linguistic.
Yeah, I can totally English.
Yep. Do 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 do. Enter your answers now.
Let's see. So far, chalkboard lady, we stopped at 12:30 according to Mad.
Okay.
And CC says go from where we stopped. So far, I'm thinking it's probably going to be going from where we left off.
Okay.
I think everybody's like, not this writing again. So 12:30.
Okay, 12:30.
And I will turn off my camera and probably mute myself because I do not want to spit Chinese food on the screen.
Yes, that would be nice. So I'm just going to back it up just a little bit so we kind of get a little bit of context. All right. Can you go ahead and start it? So she's writing venefica, which is the Latin word for witch, and also poisoner. And now she's writing bruja, which is a Spanish word for witch. And she's writing stregoi, or I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. No, it's not stregonica. It's stregoi.
Oh,
It's Stregoi.
Okay, her cursive is atrocious.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, that is Italian for witch. I forget if it's anyhow. There might be something more to it, but it might mean either a male witch or a female witch. But
yeah.
And Hexen is German for witch. Hexenmunch. That might be Hexencraft. No, she spelled it wrong. Hexenmeister. Yeah, so yeah, it's like witch. It's like
I was gonna say it's either gonna be Austrian or German.
Huh?
It was Hexen is normally the German. Austrian is the Hexenmeisen, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Different translation of the same thing in different names.
So what the hell does that have to do with anything?
Doy, there are people who are pagan who are witches that are in different cultures. They're gonna have to have a different word for it in every language. What the hell?
And they all
Could she write any smaller? I mean, look at the size of that blackboard. And she's like writing as small as she possibly can. Doesn't she realize that there's a camera that has to pick this up? Even the person who's operating the camera is trying to zoom in a little bit.
I don't think she realizes how small her handwriting is.
Yeah. I mean, and also cursive is very, especially if you're going to write small and then write in cursive, you might as well just like not even do it. It's going to be too small and then it's in cursive. See, the camera guy has to zoom in. One who curses, troubler. Blah, whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Frightener? Okay, maybe it's Frightener. It's either Frightener or Brightener.
I think it's Frightener. That's supposed to be an F because it's not a B because I don't think she'd write Brightener on there.
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to make it sound like we're evil.
I know. I was joking. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is Frightener. One who hurls curses.
Now, if you recognize any of these different words, I'm probably off in which one goes with each of these over here. But the point is these are all different words around the world for the same concept that we're talking about here.
Is it just me, or do people who are sexually repressed just like they just ooze it?
Yeah, she has that look of, I have not been laid in years, so let's focus on one thing and go at them. And
Exactly.
Of course, all those words pretty much mean that, because that is what they translate out into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also Venefica doesn't mean this. It actually means poisoner, because that's how it's one of the reasons why we have the mistranslation of Exodus 22:18, I think, where it's the thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. In the Latin version, it was thou shalt not. It was in Latin, but it was Venefica because it was translated from the Greek, I believe, or from Hebrew, where it was actually the poisoner. So you would not allow a poisoner of the well to live. So it's basically you would not allow a murderer or somebody who poisoned to live. But they didn't have a term for that, so they used Venefica, which is also somebody who makes like potions and poisons, and it was also a witch. So when it got into English, it was translated as witch and not poisoner of wells.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And Dorian is shocked that you're quoting the Bible.
I unfortunately know the Bible at all.
You know it way too well.
No, I don't know it way too well. I mean, I don't know it, but I mean, there's certain things that I know about it, unfortunately.
Illuminati confirmed. Yes.
Yep.
I agree with Dorian. I almost just called him Dolan.
Dolan
now
J.
Danger Dolan.
Danger Dolan.
Yeah, he's now Danger Dolan.
J. All right.
And these are all the definitions that these words represent. You know, one who curses, troubler, boy, frightener, and one who hurls curses.
Wow, you fucking biver.
How did you know? How did you know?
Oh wait, we gotta see this look on her face.
Curses?
Yeah, see?
See? Troubler. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
This is how you all know it's bad, children.
And one who hurls curses.
She just looks so fucking smug right there. Like
Okay,
she just snorted everyone.
I'm taking a screenshot of that. And then I'm going to turn it into a meme.
Wow.
1408.
This is going to be fun.
Yes.
How about that?
How about that? Is anybody under the impression that witch was not considered a bad thing? I mean, were you under that impression, Logie?
A little bit.
Really? Okay.
I thought it was a good term because there's a good witch, there's a bad witch, and Hollywood has made it perfectly clear that most of us are the good ones because we don't try to cook people.
No, I'm actually being serious though. I mean, do you believe that, like, let's say throughout the centuries, like during the 9th century to the 13th century to the 15th century, do you think being called a witch was a good thing?
Oh, hell no, no. That meant death for you. I mean, nowadays it's no big deal unless you live in certain countries where they will still kill you. There are places in India, there are places in Africa, there are places in Mexico. There are still places in the United States people do this because they're crazy fucking hillbillies. But the thing is back then, if you go, oh, well, you're just a witch, that person might be burned at the stake next week now, thanks to you. So being called a witch back then, it was certain death. And you didn't even have a chance to defend yourself. It was always, well, if you live through this, you are a witch. If you die, then we were wrong. Sorry.
Now on to some vocabulary terms.
English lesson? Really?
Huh?
She's giving us an English lesson.
Yes. And she keeps writing as small as she possibly can.
I see scribbles.
Yeah, and so far it looks like either camel or caramel.
Or just cannibal.
Oh, Joseph Campbell. Okay.
Means flesh eater.
What?
And since you're eating
cannibal.
Flesh, it also includes blood eating, because the flesh and the blood are the life.
Yeah, but those are two completely different things.
Yeah, and cannibalism is human meat, cannibalizing your own species, not other species.
Right.
Like right now, I'm cannibalizing teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, but I think cannibalism is actually like you can, like, for example, somebody will say like politicians will turn into cannibals when it comes down to it. I mean, it's usually a term for like something that eats its own, like,
yeah,
you know, like if you ground up chicken and throw it into a chicken mix, the chickens are basically cannibals because they're eating their own. But anyhow, what the hell does this have to do with witchcraft?
I don't know,
so to speak. And you have charmer. Well, it includes, to give you the official definition from Webster's 1828 dictionary. I think this is a rather intriguing definition for
you. Should be using the Oxford English Dictionary, but whatever.
Because it covers a lot of different things.
You know, if you're going to prep for a video, maybe you should.
I have my sheet together more than she does.
Right, exactly. Maybe you should actually like maybe put a marker in the page number, or at least have it open to that page.
Oy vey.
Exactly.
You have different sorts of definitions for the same word. Words, characters, or other things imagined to possess some occult.
Yep.
Look at that look of that
occult.
Yep.
Or unintelligible power, hence a magic power or spell, by which, with the supposed assistance of the devil, witches and sorcerers have been supposed to do wonderful things. Spell, enchantment. And hence that which has power to subdue opposition and gain the affections, that which can please irresistibly, that which delights and attracts the heart, generally in the plural. Oh boy, talk about a very, very broad type of definition. It applies to a whole lot of things nowadays.
Oh, that is a very old dictionary. Yeah. I've never seen that definition under charmed or charmer.
Yeah.
Unless you go online and look it up that way. Normally it's somebody with the skill or ability to convince somebody to give them something just off of the charisma.
Right, exactly. And also she should be using the current Oxford English Dictionary, but whatever.
Yeah, not an 1828, whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, it still doesn't really matter because she really hasn't said anything. She's just giving us accusing looks like, this is horrible, isn't it? But she hasn't said anything. I mean, anything negative. What the hell is that word? Distress? Diviner? Maybe it's diviner.
Diviner.
Yeah, it is.
Or divination. How about that?
How about that?
It basically means one who pretends to predict events or reveal occult things.
Doesn't mean pretend. It means to divine. It comes from divinity, meaning to have knowledge of something through supernatural or occult powers. I mean, hell, we could even look it up if we want.
Yeah, or when you, excuse me, when you listen to some people go, well, it was divine intervention. That means that your deity interfered within something. So Christians use it too. Not only us occultist people.
Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to Oxford English Dictionary. Whoops.
I don't know why they put broccoli and teriyaki chicken, but okay.
All right. Divine, divination, diviner. See, divine, fine, whatever. Of or like God or a God, heroes with divine powers, devoted to God's sacred, very blessing, delightful, noun, divine. Discover something by guesswork or intuition, have supernatural magical insight into future events. So that's what it means.
She's using a really old dictionary. Well, Matt said, look up virgin in 1928 and bet she won't say Jesus is the son of God then. LOL.
Again, occult means hidden. So enchanter is another name for sorcerer.
You know, she could have had all of this just rewritten, pre-written out, or she doesn't even need the chalkboard.
Why doesn't she just use flashcards? I mean, it'd be easier to read at this point.
Yeah, or like we said last time, she could have just created a PowerPoint presentation, you know?
Yeah, but she's stuck in the
She could have
past.
had all this written out. I think she just wants to be that kind of uptight school authoritarian.
Yeah.
Magician, where the person subdues via charms and spells.
No, an enchanter would be somebody who enchants, somebody who what do you call it? Who would enchant people, like a snake enchanter.
Again, another tentacle of witchcraft, as you'll
Another tentacle of witchcraft. I love how they try to find the most like damning or disturbing words. So it's another tentacle of witchcraft.
Are they trying to say that we worship Cthulhu now by mentioning all these tentacles?
I have no idea, but they're trying to make it sound negative. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Shit.
see later.
Oh, extrasensory perception. Which obviously just means perception without the aid of senses, the five senses.
extrasensory perception, otherwise known as ESP.
So basically having knowledge of something without seeing it, tasting it, hearing it, or touching it.
It's not in the 1828 dictionary as an actual definition. And
yeah, because you're using an old ass dictionary. Buy a new one, lady.
There's nowhere in your King James Bible that spells out any point in time where a man determines or reads another man's thoughts in any way, shape, and form. ESP is a mark of, is basically mark of devil possession for lost sinners.
Really? Where is that written?
That is very interesting. I've never heard it said like that. Just because it's not in the Bible, it has to be the devil.
Of course. But this is another thing that's starting to piss me off, is that these people interpret the Bible, but nowhere in the Bible does it say anything like what she just said. It doesn't say that. It's her interpretation of it.
Fatalism. Well, the root here is fate, but basically it means all things are subject to inevitable necessity, according to the 1828 dictionary.
Again, your dictionary's out of date.
You can look these up for yourself to see the full-length definition here.
And can we use a modern dictionary?
And not the one that's thrown back into the age of my grandparents maybe being alive,
Yeah, really.
if not
Or your
their
great
parents.
grandparents being alive.
Exactly. Look at the data that she's using an outdated dictionary, which is outdated information,
Right.
and she's acting like it's the only truth in the world.
Right.
Necromancy. Interesting. It means communication with the dead. Enchantment, another way of saying enchantment.
No, necromancy does not mean anything to do with enchantment. As far as I know, it just means. There was another definition for it. I have to find it.
You can look it up if you want. I think it means, what, like communing with the dead? But yeah, you can look it up.
How about the cult mediumship?
How about occult mediumship?
Okay, so I found necromancy.
Oh, okay, good. And which dictionary are you using?
This is actually, it's from Google. It says noun, the support, practicing of communing with the dead, expend in order to predict the future.
Okay.
It's witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, and in general of origins.
Uh-huh.
So I've never seen it in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So she's crazy.
Divination, esotericism, psychic. You know, because basically you're using a seducing spirit or
No.
a devil of some sort,
No.
or a spirit of fear, or whatever the case may be, to get your agenda through as a witch.
No.
We need our bullshit button.
I know, really. Wrong on all 3 points. The only thing that it means is that people who practice some form of witchcraft or magic or divination or necromancy or extrasensory perception or enchantment or divination believe that they are able to tap into supernatural, or let's say extraordinary, not just ordinary, but extraordinary abilities to perceive things. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything that you just mentioned.
Or warlock, or whatever your cult title is. So that's the basic of occult mediumship. Divination, esotericism, psychic.
That's the whole reason why people get into the occult is to try to accomplish or heighten or find or somehow tune into or tap into, powers that are beyond normal human perception. I mean, that's obvious.
They want to be able to find something else out there than just what's there.
Right, exactly.
Now,
and learn the fucking print, lady. Sorcery?
Sorcery.
Yay.
It means
Nope, she had to take a swallow there. Can she do it? Can she talk about sorcery and not go to hell?
magic, enchantment. We already got it here. Enchanter. Another name for witchcraft or witch, depending on how it's spelled.
Yeah, sorcerer or sorceress would be, yes.
Sorcerer, another name for witch. And
sorcery is the craft of. Sorcerer would be the user of that craft.
Divination. And
now finally we get to the word witch.
Witch, another name for sorcery or enchantment. And of course, all the other definitions you saw earlier to define the word witch.
I think there would actually be a slight difference between an enchanter and a sorcerer, or an enchanter and a witch. I think if you look those up, they would be slightly different, they would have slightly different meanings. That's why they're two different words. And I think enchanter might have French origins, maybe? I don't know for sure.
Well,
I think sorcerer does.
I found witch's definition. A woman thought to have magical powers, inciting expectedly evil ones, publicly deemed as worthy of wearing a black cloak and publicly portrayed as wearing a black cloak and pointed hat and flying on a broomstick. Mm-hmm, or it also means ugly or unpleasant woman.
And what about a North American flatfish?
Yep. God damn it. Fucking walked into that one. Apparently I'm an ugly and unpleasant looking woman.
No, but seriously, does it also mean a North American fish?
It just gave me those two translations for it. Let me check the Wikipedia, because the rest of everything that pops up is the TV series called Witch, which was WITCH with the dots in between it. I like the series. It's a kiddie thing, so.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You don't have to look it up. I was just curious if it said it in there, because that is another. So apparently there's some kind of a fish that's called a witch. It was just. I don't know. It's just an odd thing I came across once. Anyhow.
And last,
but not least,
Wizard. To the 1828 dictionary. Enchanter.
Mr. Wizard.
Sorcerer. Term.
Wizard.
And so all these different terms relate to basically the same thing.
Yes, very good.
Wow, we would have never known. We're so enlightened now.
And here I was thinking that this actually just meant people who, were painters.
I mean,
until she actually told us.
Yeah, I mean, wizard, on the other hand, I don't know how old that term actually is. Because I've only ever heard anyone go by wizard if they're oh, I'm a high wizard of such and such order, and it's one of those really odd, want to be Illuminati or sometimes Mason things, or it's in a fairy tale book. Because witches were normally described for women, and wizards were normally in those books as the men. So.
Right. I mean, I think you could look it up, but I think it means basically somebody who was like an advisor to a king. They were considered to be like high wizards or high wizards, and I think that's the origin of the word, the etymology of it. But I'd have to look it up for sure. I could be wrong. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, you could throw it in there, but yeah, I agree with you. It's not a term that a lot of people use nowadays. There's not
No,
many wizards running around.
basically, it's a man with magical powers, and in most legends and fairy tales.
Right. Exactly.
And I already looked up the definitions to all these different words. I'm just telling you the basic buzzwords. You can look up the entire definition if you want to on your own. So these are the basic, what I've told you is the basic definition and keywords for each of these different concepts, each of these different vocabulary terms.
Thank you for letting us know, because knowledge is power.
The more you know.
You just broadened my horizon.
Oh, you missed a spot. Lower left. There you go.
As a custodian, she's cleaning that board completely wrong.
Yep.
Now we go to what the Bible defines.
Oh no.
King James Bible.
Oh,
Holy. Look at the size of the KJV on there.
did she totally just like write it on a post-it note and tape it on her Bible so she knows which damn Bible she's grabbing today? So she doesn't
So here's
accidentally grab the Satanic Bible?
Exactly. So here's a question for the chat. What version of the Bible do you think she's using?
Do, 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 do.
And she's back to writing.
Can't you just say the words to us? Come on. We can't read your writing.
Okay, so she creates this card that says this huge KJV, and she slaps it on her Bible to hold up so that we know which version of the Bible she's using. But then when she goes to talk about whatever she's talking about, she writes so small.
She can write in print, but apparently she can't write whole sentences in it, just initials.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Matt, it's the King Lame Bibles.
The King Lane Bible. Astrology. Let's see what she has to say about astrology, because astrology and the Bible have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
God, I hope not.
Astrology. Let's see where it's defined and condemned.
Was it condemned to find the time for Easter?
Probably.
Was it condemned to find the time that Jesus was supposed to be born?
Didn't they use it to find Jesus?
I don't know.
So let's turn to the book of Isaiah, chapter 47.
Let's not say we did.
Verses 13 and 14. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
That is.
So what are you saying? Should we go out and start burning all the astrologers?
Interesting definition.
Yes, it is an interesting definition. Whatever.
Don't you think?
It's not a definition, it's a verse.
She's.
And Daniel, chapter 2, verse 10.
Yeah, well, Daniel was wrong, okay? Let's
Daniel
just
was a
skip Daniel.
jerk.
Yeah, he had nothing right. Can we skip Daniel?
That's, I just read to you that the condemnation of astrology. But Daniel actually defines it even better.
Yeah, but again, Daniel didn't know what he was talking about.
The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, "There is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore there is no king, lord, nor ruler that asked such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean." So, interesting how astrology ties back to the Chaldeans and magicians. Because what are they trying to do? Predict future events through stargazing and zodiacs.
Yeah, but astrology was a skill that was way before the Bible.
And they were using it to know how to get places, which way to navigate. Astrology is used back then most of the time for navigation. And yes, sometimes reading the stars helped with figuring out weather patterns, I guess. And if it wasn't, like I said earlier, and what Matt is saying, if it wasn't for the stars, the three wise men would have never found fucking Jesus.
Yeah, which interestingly enough is not in the Bible.
Exactly. And for some reason they believe it is.
Right, yeah. And astrology was used as divination. I mean, that's what it was. It was being able to predict things using the stars. But there was a lot of things that you could predict with the stars. You could predict when the seasons were going to change. You could predict when there were going to be lunar eclipses, when there were going to be solar eclipses, the cycle of the planets. I mean, there's all kinds of various things that astrology was used for. So,
as it's called nowadays, or horoscope, if you're familiar with that.
Or astronomy, if you happen to be in college.
I'm almost positive you are. Next, we have abortion.
What?
That's in the Bible?
Whoa, how did this go from astrology to abortion real quick?
Apparently they're all connected with a letter.
Apparently, well, I guess they begin with an A, so. I just love how they just throw abortion in there with like witchcraft and astrology, and it's like, oh, it's just one of the things they do. You know, they read tarot cards, read the planets, sorcery, enchantments. Oh, an abortion.
They abort people every single day. Wait, we do? I thought that was just my period.
Yeah, really. Nature's abortion.
Exactly.
And abortion is actually defined in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5.
Oh, I got to hear this.
Oh, so do I.
I hope you're following along. So,
is it going to be your interpretation of it, or did they actually have something to say about it?
So you can read this for yourself. It's very, very intriguing.
Then read it.
Yes, and please prep before the videos and mark the pages so you don't have to sit there and search for them. I mean, this video actually probably could have been about 10 minutes long if she would have prepped for it.
Exactly. I mean, I prep better than that, and half the time, sometimes it's half-assed, and it's like my fourth take before I'm done.
Yeah, even a half-ass prep would be better than this. This is a no-ass prep.
Exactly.
She's still flipping through the fucking pages.
I'm with Doran. I kind of do feel bad for her.
Look at her. She's still going.
Damn it, I lost my page in my Bible. I thought I bookmarked this.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
So what?
Well, okay, I think I know what she's trying to get at. Because they knew you, because God knew you before you were put into the woman's womb. If you get aborted, then apparently you weren't known or some shit like that. Or it's a travesty to abort something that's already known by God. That's going to be her argument.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Okay,
It doesn't
so
make sense to begin with.
okay, so abortion is the act of having an abortion, aborting a fetus before it becomes, aborting a baby at a certain point. And she's talking about a Bible passage where she said in the beginning that it was about abortion. But she's actually talking about how in this Bible verse, it talks about how they knew man when he was forming in the womb or before he formed in the womb. So that has absolutely nothing to do with the other.
Nope.
Now, I realize this is talking about the prophet Jeremiah back in the Old Testament. But the key words here are, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb. Get that? That means God knows every single person he creates.
No, that's not what it said. It's your interpretation.
That just means he knew that one guy. That one person before he was born. Doesn't mean he knows everybody. And at the same time, how is that something about, this is what, is that her argument for this is why you shouldn't get abortions, or that's why they're bad? It says nothing about abortions in the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Well, I think pro-choice would be okay in certain situations and circumstances, to include, or, well, there might be, this and that. No, there's no exception. Abortion, right here, abortion, as the modern day term is called, is murder. There's no getting around it.
Wow, she's angry.
Wow.
Yeah, she's all angry.
Wow.
No, abortion is a legal process that should be done. It's like, for example, let's say you have a tumor and you need to have the tumor removed for some reason. Same thing with a fetus.
It's just a lump of tissue.
Yeah, and I mean, there's many reasons people might have an abortion. One of them might be that the person, whoever is aborting the baby, is not prepared to be a parent. And I think that is actually more responsible than having the baby and then giving it up for adoption, or even worse, raising it and not being prepared for it, so that you are not prepared to feed it, you're not prepared to clothe it, you're not prepared to send it to school, you're not prepared to buy it braces, you're not prepared to care for it. I mean, there's actually a lot of planning that goes into having a child. None of it involves being inseminated.
None of it.
Right. I mean, the insemination process, the pregnancy part is no offense, women, it's the easy part. Afterwards, you have that baby, you have to care for it for the rest of its life.
Exactly.
That, in my opinion, is the hard part.
Yeah, it's one of those things that even me as a woman, I am very pro-choice, because you have to look at circumstances. If you can't afford to raise it, you shouldn't be having kids. Yes, and you shouldn't be going out having sex either, or doing it unprotected. But at the same time, accidents happen. Hell, kids have been born off of birth control and parents using condoms.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I mean, I'm one of those results. There's also with rape. Some people are mentally not strong enough to carry their rapist's child to term.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's incest, and then there's medical issues.
Yep.
And so honestly, the whole, if you do that, you're a murderer. She is judging people. Like, if she lived by her Bible, she wouldn't be judging people. But obviously, she's a judgmental, sexually repressed cunt.
Yes, exactly. And let's hope that Soren doesn't get you pregnant.
That would be odd.
It'd be amazing too.
It would be a miracle. Then I think, okay, if that happened, then I am willing to say zombie Jesus existed.
Yes.
Which unfortunately I was ignorant of as a lost woman.
As a lost woman?
So I understand.
Don't tell me she's an ex-witch.
Well,
are all Christians ex-witches, or is it just like a huge population of them?
So far, it's sounding like almost everyone that make these videos and demonizes people have either done this stuff or they claim they have.
Wow.
Happens with those pills.
Those supposed quote unquote pills.
You mean
Yes.
the birth control pills that keep me from having babies?
Well, I don't know. They were in quotation marks, so they're alleged pills. We're not too sure about them. They might be pills. They might not be pills. We're still on the fence about it.
I think she's referring to the Plan B pills. Which are basically the crap, this stuff didn't work. I'm going to take this pill to make sure I don't get pregnant.
Yeah, but she did it in quotes, like those pills, like like those unicorns, those
those leprechauns,
things that we don't know if they actually exist.
Yeah.
Now let's see what Deuteronomy chapter 18 verses 9 through 12 says.
If she's going to go through every passage in the Bible that somehow condemns magic, witchcraft, astrology, sorcery, magic, or whatever, she's going to be going through at least 66 of them.
About the sin of abortion. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What does God think about this sin?
I don't know. What does God think about it? Are you going to tell us what God thinks?
Chapter 18 in Deuteronomy, verses 9 through 12. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times.
That doesn't have anything to do with abortion.
Observing of times has zero to do with abortion.
Or passing. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what is she smoking? Obviously, it's not the same stuff I'm smoking. But damn.
She's smoking the good stuff.
I'll stick to my cancer sticks, thank you.
Or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
Okay, is there anybody who's under the impression that the Bible says that magic and witchcraft and everything is okie dokie?
I don't know, but look at her face.
I know, really. She just keeps giving us these gold faces. But I already took one screenshot. I can't take another one.
I just took one.
I have it in my RAM, and I can't. I'd have to open up Photoshop to actually copy it over to there.
Yeah. Well, I just took it with mine, and I have to go into my OneDrive to pull it off. But just that look she's giving, it's like if you do any of these, you're gonna go to hell.
That is a good one though. So maybe if people want to screenshot that and turn this into a meme too, that would be perfect. I'll see if I can. Yeah, I'll see if. Pardon me, I'm gonna open Photoshop for a second, just so I can paste it in there and so I can get another screenshot.
We need to have a meme contest.
Yes, agreed. Memes for days.
Bill Schnoebelen does not count because he's a meme within a meme.
Bill Schnoebelen counts.
Oh, Mad. Soren said no, Mad. We're not having babies unless they can eat them in a baby sandwich.
Baby sandwich.
Baby back ribs. I don't know.
Okay.
It's Soren.
Baby back ribs, sure. I don't know. I think babies would be. I think the bones would be too much.
Yeah, they have a lot of bones. Babies have a lot more bones than we do.
Yeah.
They're really hard to debone. I mean, I've been told so.
Just want to get a screenshot of this one too.
I promise you guys, I don't support cannibalism.
I do.
I don't know. Sounds like you do.
No, just Soren does.
Oh, okay. All right. Whoops. All right. So now I'm going to take this screenshot. Oops. It did not work. Uh-oh. You got the hiccups, huh?
Yes. I'm actually coughing because of what Mad said, baby stew.
Baby stew. There you go. Why is this not pasting? All right, screw it. I'll get it later.
Wow, if any of them had ever dropped in on our things when we're talking like this, they would definitely think that we're really practicing eating children. I mean, we already have 1 dislike on this video. If there's one of you guys in this chat, you're evil people. Logan, you never know.
You never know.
See what God thinks about this?
What does God think about that? He didn't say anything, lady. That's your interpretation.
Very serious.
Very serious.
Okay.
Don't you think that if God really, really didn't want people to do that, he would have said something in there like, don't commit abortion?
Don't kill the fetus. Don't scrape it out of you.
Exactly. And even then, that's your Bible. That's your thing. Not everybody in the entire world follows the Bible. So even if it did say it in there, so the fuck what?
Exactly.
Now there's different.
Her head blocking while she's writing.
Huh?
Cheating?
No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know it looks like cheating.
Chanting.
Chanting by a different form. And you got chanting that the Vatican Jesuit priests and all his servants do at various times. But
God, they're so anti-Catholic too. What did the Catholics do to deserve all this?
I don't know. Is she like related to Bill Snowden, like his granddaughter or something? Just by the way she's acting.
I think it's a certain branch of Christianity which is very extreme. So they just think that everybody is satanic. So Mormons are satanic. Catholics are satanic. Everybody is satanic except for them. They're like the good ones. They're the
because
pure
they I'm thinking these are people that came grouping as people from Now You See TV, the psychos that watch it, that firmly believe all this stuff to be true. Amish, she would not be on video. She would not be doing a video mode.
well, actually,
Most Amish people do not do that.
this in
Color
Matthew
too.
6 verse 7. It's described and condemned here. Matthew chapter 6 verse 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, a type of chanting, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Okay? How about crispy? Now, this is not a Bible word, but it means, in Catholic terms, infant baptism. And it's described in Acts chapter 22, verse 16.
I just sit here and wait for her to find the passage in the Bible again. How annoying.
Acts 22, verse 16. And now why tarriest thou? Arise and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord. See, the Catholic cult the whore on Seven Hills, otherwise known as Mystery Babylon Vatican, made this term christening for infants to describe their baptism to wash away their sin. But ironically, infants don't know what sin is because they're under the age of accountability. You know, kind of hard to baptize someone who doesn't know what sin is yet. So
what? Wait a second.
Oh my God. I thought they baptized their young because, yes, they are pure, but you're born with the original sin. They baptize away the original sin when you're born. That's normally what they do sometimes. But christening is also to give you the blessing of God, depending on which interpretation you go by. I just lost sound. Can you guys hear me at least? Okay. I don't know what happened. I messaged him on the thing, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. Well, yeah, I can't even hear Logan. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a Canadian demon, a boot. That's not working either, but that's because it's my end. Okay, I see you, but there's no sound.
Okay, I muted myself. I
was about to say.
That's what it was.
I think you meant to mute me, but
No, I didn't mean to mute you. I meant to mute myself. I just forgot I had muted myself. So I was wondering, like, why is she saying she can't hear me? And I'm sitting here going, Loki, I can hear you. And then you're like, okay, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, the entire chat could hear me.
Right. I know. I muted myself.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm also not logged in. I'm observing the chat as Hellbound Heathen.
Yeah. Not as Heaven Haven.
Yes.
I'm doing it as me, so
yeah.
Because I have you on a pretty little side window with Chrome, and I have everything else opened up on Firefox.
Yeah.
That lady has drove me to drinking.
No, yeah, she is definitely. All right, so let me go back. So sorry about that. So how much did you miss?
After the christening part, when I was pretty much saying that, as far as I recall christening, it's either to be washed of the original sin or giving the blessing of God. I don't know which of those two.
Okay, yeah, because what I did was I think I turned it down and I backed it up because I wanted to go over what she said again. So let me go back to that. So sorry about that, people. Go back to presenting.
Go.
Okay, so, but she's given us all kinds of memes. So, okay, so my point earlier was that christening and baptism sound like they're the same thing.
Yeah.
And she's searching through the Bible again.
Oh, that Bible.
And now why tarriest thou? Arise and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord.
So to me, it sounds like christening and baptisms are the same thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they seem like the same thing to me.
See, the Catholic cult, the Whore on Seven Hills, otherwise known as
Ouch.
Mystery
Catholic cult. Okay, she's calling it a cult, then she's calling it the Whore on Seven Hills, and then Mr. Vatican.
Yes.
She really has a thing against Catholics.
Yeah, but it's also the same thing with, like, now you see, I'm telling you, it's this certain branch of Christianity which just thinks that everybody's evil. Like, you know, Catholics are evil, Mormons are evil. Everybody is evil to them.
Even the modern day Jewish people are evil to them.
Yeah, probably.
And, oh, God.
made this term christening for infants to describe their baptism to wash away their sin. But ironically, infants don't know what sin is because they're under the age of accountability.
Yeah, but I've had that argument with other Christians before, where they say that if you don't know God, you are going to burn in hell anyway. So
Yes.
I gave the example for, like, if you were a baby that was born in Borneo and you never heard about Christianity or anything, and if you're not saved by Jesus before you die, you're going to burn in hell.
There's a lot of babies in hell then.
A whole lot, yes.
You know?
Maybe you think there's like a baby hell?
There might be, and that's probably, if anything happens, if hell does exist, Soren and I would probably be sent to baby hell to take care of all the freaking demon babies.
Probably.
Our worst nightmare.
That's kind of cute, though. Baby hell. I kind of like that. You think there's like a little baby Beelzebub in there, a little pitchfork? He has like a little rattler in the shape of a pitchfork.
I can mold them into my own hell army. I kind of want to go to this hell now because I can make them into my army of infant evil.
I kind of like that idea.
It's kind of hard to baptize someone who doesn't know what sin is yet. So that verse right there describes infant baptism or christening. Colossians chapter 1 verse 14 and Hebrews chapter 9 verse 22 condemn this. Let's see what they say.
And
mark your fucking Bible, lady.
I mean, when I had a Bible, I had bookmarks and sticky notes and sticking out of that freaking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Bible and I have it like marked for all the things that I want to look up real quickly.
Yeah, I mean, most people do.
Yeah.
We have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. This is talking about real salvation through the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. When you come to him as a repentant, contrite, broken sinner and say, I'm a sinner, I deserve hell. Please save me. I can't save myself. That's what that verse means. It's only through Jesus Christ that there's redemption through his blood. Nobody else.
What?
She even looks questioning.
She's like, what the fuck did I just say?
Exactly. I just screenshot that, and I think that would be my quote of, what the hell am I saying, and do I believe myself?
we got to back that up just a little bit again. Let's see. Just 30:39.
Through Jesus Christ that there's redemption
All right, I'm gonna put it on slow so we can take a look here. Boy, she's really got that finger on that Bible real quick.
Yeah. And then she questions her own morals right there. Right there is the part that she questions her own faith.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck am I talking about? Here it is, right here. Huh?
Yep.
What?
I feel bad for doing that, but just the look on her face is, what did I just read? Or what did I just say? I don't mean to be mean to her or pick on her or anything. It's just how adamant she is about these points, and then right there, that look just makes her look like she's questioning everything she's just said. A look says more than words.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Put it back on normal.
Yes, exactly.
And not through baptism either. Baptism has nothing to do with the remission of your sins. In fact, if you think,
Huh?
what I was told is baptism is being washed away and forgiven for your sins.
Okay.
That is something that when I was baptized, it said is washing away all my sins and all the past evils I have done. And it's pretty much was something that was taught to us, that it washes away your sin and makes you as of new and into God's love, light, and blood and all that happy stuff.
Right. Yeah. So like even the people who are quote unquote saved again, they get rebaptized.
Yeah, because it cleanses them of their sins and connects them to God again.
Yep.
That's what it's supposed to do.
baptism is going to save you from an eternity in hell and your sins. You're going to end up in the lake of fire for all eternity because you are seriously mistold.
Wait, seriously?
Misinformed.
Really?
So
Seriously?
baptism has nothing to do with the remission of sins. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 22. This is the second one.
Oh, yeah, she's going to go and find it again.
Otherwise known as infant baptism.
Just buy some little
Hebrews
pieces of
chapter 9,
paper.
verse 22. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. Again, baptism, christening, Catholic christening, will not save you from your sins.
Well, according to you.
See? I hope so.
I don't know. It looks like the devil tried to break through in her video.
Yeah, that could be.
How about esoteric, like esoteric arts? Where is this talked about in your King James Bible? Well,
Nowhere.
let's go to Isaiah chapter 45, verse 19.
Can that hair get any tighter?
I don't know. Even I don't pull my hair back that tight.
Yeah, that's like extra. She has to like get help to get that hair that tight.
Or she's using a lot of hairspray.
Yeah.
I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right.
What? That doesn't have anything to do with esoteric.
And just to let you know, if you think
Just to let us know. Okay, good. We're getting some insider knowledge here, so take note.
Where's my notepad?
your secret sins will not be found out, I have a verse for you.
Does he know when I touch myself?
I have secret sins? I thought everybody knew my sins. I don't really hide them.
I hope he doesn't know when I touch myself.
Yeah.
Look, she's all happy about that.
And just to let you know, if you think you're secret sins will not be found out, I have a verse for you.
And according to Emily, she got the verse wrong.
The next one is John chapter 18, verse 20, where it also defines esotericism.
If I disconnect, I apologize.
Okay. I think, let's see, what time we at? We're at 8:43, so I think I'll end this probably at 34 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. It fixed itself. My Firefox just randomly shut down on me.
Oh,
it's been giving me trouble. It's been giving me trouble all week after I updated.
Okay.
John chapter 18, verse 20. Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing.
Aha. Wow. Wow. That pretty much is the last word on that.
Okay. Very, very wise words. Esotericism involves secrets. You present one image. Oh, we're just a good community service-based friendly group of people that just like to have fun.
Wow. She just described Christians.
Exactly.
She's just given us these pieces of gold here with these screenshots.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard my thing. I just took another screenshot of it too.
Did you? Okay. My screenshot thing is giving me a hard time. Because I keep doing the wrong one, that's why. There we go. All right. We're Christians. I got to hear that again. So she's describing Christians to the T.
Secrets. You present one image. Good community service-based friendly group of people that just like to have fun.
Yep. That's what Christians are.
That's what a lot of them are.
Inside their temples or chapters or covens, whatever the case may be that they give to the Cowan laity.
What?
What? Cowan? She's crazy.
Well, Cowans would be considered people who are not witches.
Yeah. And she said something about covens.
Yeah. So anybody who would be in a coven, a covener, would not be a Cohen. They would be a covener.
Yeah.
They would be a witch or a visitor. All right. Well, anyhow, this is 3403. I think we'll stop here and we'll start it up again next week. Let's see.
So 3403.
Yeah, like 34 minutes in.
All right, I'm going to put that up in the Twitter chat thing so we don't forget.
Okay. Sounds cool. And let me see. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's just, she was just giving us gold. I gotta create some memes for her.
Listening to some of the things that she was saying, I understand that she is reading from the Bible and all that, and she's interpreting it a lot differently than a lot of people do. Because a lot of those words obviously weren't in the Bible or used during that time.
Yeah.
So she's just putting different definitions or what she believes the definition to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But to be fair, all Christians do that. They always do that. They always put their own interpretation, their own spin on Bible verses. And I'm wearing my coven shirt.
I'm wearing my same old sweater because everything else is in the laundry.
But yeah, I mean, so it's like, so all the Bible verses that they quote from, they use their interpretation of it. So it's like really nothing new to me. You know?
Yeah.
People are saying they didn't know that you smoked.
Yeah, I don't smoke very often unless I'm partially stressed out throughout the week. And if people have noticed, I haven't been posting much the last 2 weeks. It's because we've been completely cleaning and gutting the house. So it's been a little stressful going through some things and fun stuff like that.
But does it really help you with stress?
It does. It
Really? Is it the increased heart rate
no, it just
that helps
feels
you reduce your stress?
I don't
Is
know.
it the restriction of blood capillaries to your eyes and to your brain that helps reduce your stress?
Probably that one. It just releases those fun little endorphins of it'll be fine, relax, or it's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing in tobacco that actually helps you reduce stress. It's a mental thing.
It is.
The only time that it actually does is when your body becomes conditioned to that accelerated heart rate and the that kind of like, you know, when you get that rush feeling, your body becomes accustomed to that, and then it becomes a normal state, and then like you become like an addicted smoker. So like you start feeling like you need to have that normal state again, and then you need to have a cigarette, and you take that cigarette in, and it increases all those things and puts your brain into that state of mind again, and then you feel normal. That's how you become addicted to it. That's how other people become like addicted to drugs and stuff like that, because that becomes the normal state of mind. That's the only time it reduces stress. But as for nicotine itself reducing stress, no, it actually does quite the opposite.
Yeah. But the thing is you guys have seen streams where I don't smoke at all.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is I can buy a pack of cigarettes and it can last a month to 2 months.
Wow. Yeah.
Or we still have rolling tobacco. We have almost half a bag and we bought it before December.
Yeah. Do you have a rolling machine?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you do it by hand?
We have a rolling machine and we're just out of rolling tubes. So we bought a pack of cigarettes at the almost end of last month. So, and we still have half a pack left.
Yeah. Because I quit smoking back in 2001, I think. Yeah, I think it was around 2000 or I think it was 2001. But I used to smoke about a pack and a half a day.
I knew somebody who we buy a carton of cigarettes, the fun little carton of it for $40. It'd be gone by the end of the week.
Okay, well, you just topped me, so you won.
They were not somebody that I wanted to be roommates for with more than the 3 months we were.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's smoking, and then there's chain smoking of this person never had a cigarette out of their mouth. So.
Okay, you won. You won the competition. You have the story that with the person who smoked the most. So you win.
I think Matt smokes more than anyone else I know, though.
Mm.
Though I think he's slowing down because he can't smoke indoors.
Yeah, and when you're sick too, it's I think that was like the only time that I would not smoke was when I was sick.
Yeah.
And then like when you're like recovering, you had to smoke. And then I remember I'd smoke too whenever I had a cup of coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That used to be a normal thing too.
Yeah.
Like
So,
you have your cup of coffee, you smoke.
So I see Emily Stevenson is in the chat. So Emily, are you going to stop doing videos on me? and stop cursing me?
Mad Smoke username. Oh.
I'm waiting for an answer.
We might not get one because we directly addressed her. Who knows?
Well, I know
she's being civil at least.
Matt had to take off, or he left. I think he left the chat a little while ago.
Yeah, he said that he's going to be off, and then he said smoking is bad.
Smoking's bad.
Yes, laundry is
from the South Park show. Smoking's bad.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. Who's that, Mr. Mackey?
Yes, the counselor. It is sad that I know this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, when you stop saying bad things about Serrano Christian, I don't know who Serrano. So, Emily, is that why you cursed me because I said something bad about Serrano Christian? I don't even know who Serrano Christian is. But Emily, I'm not going to. I'm just trying to figure out why you cursed me and why you did that. Quit saying bad things about Christian witchcraft. No.
Because honestly, Emily, there's people who will support Christian witchcraft and believe in it, and then there are people who do not. You can't sit there and tell somebody, if you don't stop doing what I want you to stop doing, I'm going to do this to you. No, the world doesn't work that way. It's not fair to sit there and say, well, you need to censor what you say because I don't like it. That is not how the U.S. works. That is not how any of it works. Just because he says it doesn't mean you have to watch it. You can do the easiest thing and not watch his videos. He can say what he wants to say.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know that there are 2 videos that I made on Christian witchcraft. But those were made like maybe a year and a half ago. So is that what you're talking about, Emily? If so, that's tough shit. I mean, I'm going to leave those up. And I'm going to continue to make videos and whatever I want to make videos on. So anyhow, I just wanted to know. I really don't care. So, all right. Well,
I mean, everybody has the right to believe what they wish. So, and everybody has the right to say what they want. And being mad that somebody doesn't have the exact same viewpoint as you is childish and stupid. I'm not mad at you for not having the same viewpoint as me. I'm not mad at Matt for not having the same viewpoint as me. I'm not mad at Raise a Village for having a different viewpoint than I do. Everybody is different. And everybody worships what they want.
I'm a little mad at Raise the Village for it. Not a lot. Just like a little bit. I'm a little mad at them.
Oh, come on. He's a sweetheart. I mean, even I will say that there are contradictions with being a Christian witch, but I know people who are Christian witches, and they do their magic for their God, even if their Bible deems it as bad, but they do it in his name, no other name, which is their choice and their go. And if they want to interpret things that way, then they interpret things that way. That is their interpretation, just like it's my interpretation to not go with it, or your interpretation to not like it or believe in it. And it's just like that lady's interpretation of the Bible. Everyone's
I mean, to be quite honest, if you were practicing a form of Christian witchcraft, you would be pretty much practicing ceremonial magic, because that's what they do. If you ever read like the Key of Solomon, or a lot of the magical books, which especially Wicca uses a lot of, all you have to do is just take out the witchcraft part and practice ceremonial magic, and you're invoking the four archangels, all the names of God, all this stuff. That's already in there. I mean, that's been in there since like the 15th century or 16th century. It's been in there for hundreds of years. So if that's what you want to practice, then that's what it is. It's no longer witchcraft. And this is what I said in those first two videos. You're no longer practicing witchcraft. You're actually practicing ceremonial magic. Now, if you're the type of witch who uses Bible verses in their practice, again, you are practicing that form of ceremonial magic. So that's what I've never quite understood. It's not the practice, it's the name that you're applying. It's like,
well, she's applying another name to it, and I can't pronounce it for the life of me.
Yeah, Gnosticism, but Gnosticism is also not the same. Gnosticism is different. But whatever. Anyhow, I was just giving you a chance to redeem yourself, Emily. So
if she wants to
have an
that's
opportunity.
Her. Sorry.
That's okay. You have an opportunity to redeem yourself if you want, Emily. I'll unblock you from my channel, but if not, then then nothing's going to change.
I mean, honestly, Gnosticism is another one of those things of you interpret it differently. Everybody interprets things differently.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's a mix of it, it's still your interpretation. You should not be mad that somebody else doesn't like it and says something against it. It doesn't mean that they're calling you stupid for it. They're just saying, well, I don't follow your viewpoint, but have fun with your viewpoint, and this is my viewpoint. It's just separate viewpoints, and you don't need to sit there and curse somebody just because you think that they're strictly picking on you when they're not. They're just getting their viewpoint about what they believe out, like you get what you believe out. It's a two-way street. If you want to say your videos on what you believe, but then you say that others can't do that, then you shouldn't be able to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Either. It's
yeah, I mean, yes.
Sorry.
And I think I even that's okay. I just don't know when you're done talking, Loki. Like, I think you're done and then you'll say something else and I'm like, okay, all right, wait. She's not quite done yet.
Sometimes my brain does not catch up with my language.
Well, yeah, it's just like I often know like when I'm talking, I'll like stop. And that's it. I'm done talking. But with you, it's kind of like there's sort of like little spurts. Conversation spurts. You're like, wait, I'm not done yet. I have one more little thing I want to say.
I blame it on, you have to realize I have ADHD or AD, what the hell they call it, and multiple learning problems and dyslexia and that fun bullshit in my head, to where sometimes I can't get the words out correctly at that moment, and I have to figure out how to pronounce it in my head before I get it out.
Okay. Now I'm just messing with you, but yeah, I know.
I know you are.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, like, when I made that video on Christian witchcraft, I even said that I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. But you can do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, that's the great thing. You can do whatever you want. If you want to dress up like a clown and use Lincoln Logs for tools, do it. You know, I mean, what the hell does it matter what one guy's opinion who has a YouTube channel? Who the hell am I? I'm not an elder in the craft. I'm nobody important. I haven't written any books. I'm an absolute nobody who just makes videos on people. That's all I do. So whatever you want to do, if you want to practice Christian witchcraft or whatever, then do it. It doesn't matter what my opinion is of it. You're giving me way too much power, I think, is what I want to say.
And it's not that we or you or anyone technically, okay, yeah, we do make fun of some of the very ignorant, idiotic Christians. I'm not going to lie. but sometimes you just can't help but laugh at some of the stuff they say. And sometimes when you do ask them straight up questions, they don't answer them correctly, or they skip over them, or they completely ignore them. It's one of those WTF moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's like, I mean, most of the time, the videos that I do, I'm just responding to idiots. And I know that particular video, somebody asked me a question. They asked for my opinion on Christian witchcraft. And so I gave it. And what I did was I researched it. I compared it to the Bible, and I completely gave them an answer to it. That's the whole purpose of that video. Or though actually it's a 2-part video. So it's not like I just decided to go out and attack someone's beliefs. That wasn't the intention of it. Somebody asked me my opinion of it, and I gave my opinion on it. I just didn't think it was working, and I didn't think it's nothing that I would practice. So
yeah,
that was my opinion about it. And my opinion is not going to change. It's, unless I come across some kind of bizarre revelation, or somehow the words in the Bible move around and change, and suddenly sorcery, astrology, magic, divination, mathematics, and all these other things are suddenly accepted by Christianity, my viewpoint's not going to change.
Real quick though, Emily, can you please tell me exactly how people are getting killed just because we're sitting here, or they sit there and say that certain things are wrong? People are getting killed all over the world because of their actual beliefs, or because of war or oil or money, stuff like that. Nothing that we say on YouTube is going to, 1, stop that, or 2, keep it from happening to begin with. Just because we're sitting here and debunking or calling them idiots doesn't mean we're killing them.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyhow, yeah. So I think next week, is it going to be you or Mad?
Mad. I was last week.
Okay. So Mad, I know Mad left the chat. So hopefully he'll be okay for next week. And next week, we're going to be finishing up the rest of this one video. And then we'll start on Zabora's video. I don't think Zabora's in the chat anymore. But we'll be starting on Zabora's video. So anyhow, thanks, Loki. It was fun as usual. I hope you enjoyed your what did you have for Chinese food?
I had teriyaki chicken, and for some reason they put broccoli in it.
Ugh. That's a surprise.
Yeah, teriyaki chicken and sticky buns. So.
Oh, okay. Were they pork buns? Sticky pork buns?
Actually, they're just like a sweet bread with powdered sugar all over them, and light granule sugar on it.
Oh, okay. So it's not the type of buns where they have meat in the middle.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because we call those sticky buns here in San Francisco, and sometimes they'll have chicken in them, or they'll have pork, and it's a white rice flour, and then they have meat inside, and they're so good. Now I'm hungry.
We call those. Now you want to go and eat Chinese food?
No, now I want to go and get a sticky bun.
We call them here steam buns.
Okay.
Because we have so many Asian markets actually around just up the street that you can go in and they already have them made, and you can buy them with your groceries.
Nice.
So, but we have that a lot here. So.
All righty. Okay. Well, thanks all. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, Loki. And we will see you all next week. So good night and blessed be.
Have a good night.